Chelsea versus Manchester United at Stamford Bridge match preview, but the one thing you all should be thanking your lucky stars for, the one thing, if you're going to thank anyone today, anyone, your mum, dad, anyone, you need to thank Thomas Tuchel. And I'll tell you why, because Thomas Tuchel saved us from a Cristiano Ronaldo drama fest. Cristiano Ronaldo would have been a Chelsea player, and can you just picture this for 1 second? Just 1 second. It's absolutely 3-0 to Chelsea somewhere at Stamford Bridge, and Cristiano Ronaldo steps out, he's on the bench and goes down the tunnel. How does that look? What way do you think the fans would react? But this is the press conference reaction. Let's get into it. Let's preview this game. This is massive. This is another big test for Graham Potter, and we need to break this down. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys, and in today's video, let me give you a rundown of the topics that we're going to recover. Number one, we've got the deadline for when N'Golo Kante and Reece James will be back. Fantastic news. Then we've got the Cristiano Ronaldo topic, because I think this is a hot topic and you're all football fans, you want to hear this. Number two, Conor Gallagher, what's going on with him? Why did he come off? We've got all the news and how did it impact us. On top of that, an update on Zakaria, because all of you apparently told me I don't know what I'm talking about, but apparently I was spot on as per usual. And finally, the biggest one, Trevor Chalobah. Is he going to the World Cup, and what does Graham Potter think about it? Listen guys, you know you want to be here, you want to hit that like button, and that's your way of staying here free of charge. Hit the like button so we get 1,000 likes. Push me over 25,000 subscribers. We are plodding along. We have had a successful year. We've got 2 months left nearly. Let's push it across. I want 1,000 likes. I want every single one of you in the comments below to let me know, would you still take Ronaldo at Chelsea? Because a lot of you wanted Ronaldo at Chelsea. And in the pinned comment is my Instagram. Go and follow me. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers on Instagram, right? Because I've got 22,000 here, and it's just matched off mathing. Come on, guys. Come on. So let's get out of the back with the best story everyone wants to talk about. Let's talk about Ronaldo. What happened? Ronaldo stormed off 89th minute. They're beating the shitty Spurs. And all of a sudden, Ronaldo decides to walk all the way to the tunnel and get out of the stadium. So if you know anything about Stamford Bridge, our exit is in the middle of the stadium, right? Where the players come out and in. There's also one near the shed end, but there's no chance of players ever going down that end. That's where the ball boys come out from, the groundsman, and that's where I used to work when I used to be a ball boy for the club. Cristiano Ronaldo could never pull something like that. But what about for what he's done to Manchester United? A lot of people come out with a lot of nonsense like, well, you know what? He's a winner. He wants to play football. No, nonsense. What he's done was disrespectful, and not disrespectful to the club. I don't care about that nonsense. You know, oh, it's disrespectful to the badge. It's disrespectful to his manager. It's disrespectful to the people he works for. And more importantly, it's disrespectful for the players on the pitch. Look, when you're in a team, when you're in a collective, sometimes there are decisions made that you're not happy with. Sometimes you're just pissed off. And sometimes you're going to have to swallow that and just accept it for what it is. You have to respect your fellow professionals. How does Marcus Rashford or Anthony Martial or Jadon Sancho or Anthony feel about Cristiano Ronaldo storming off? Because in that situation, he's basically saying that mug over there is not as good as me. And that's the simple bear of it. I understand the fans are like, oh, he's spitting us in the face. We celebrated for him. We love him. But I think a real problem here is, because fans will get over it. Guys, at the end of the day, we love the players even more when they score. We love the players at the end of the day. But we're not in the team the way the players are, right? They have to see him on a daily basis. They have to eat with him. They have to train with him. They have to go to battle with him, figuratively. But so it impacts them directly. For me, all it's done was just send disrespect and tarnish a name that, in my opinion, was always the utmost professionalism. Cristiano Ronaldo, in my eyes, was the ultimate professional, right? He was focused on football. Everything else, the money, the fame, the cars, came second. His main objective was always playing minutes, scoring goals. But what he done here was act unprofessionally in his devour in his direction to becoming the goal. He's got too big for himself, in my opinion, and he made a mistake. So we need to move on as fans. He's a Man United player. Who cares? All we need to know is he's dropped for the game against Chelsea. The team news that we need to care about. Graham Potter has said in his press conference, there is not much change. Everything is as it is. So the players that are out, quick roundup: Wesley Fofana, Reece James, N'Golo Kante, and that's it at this moment in time. There's not any other players that are out. Everyone else is available, and we should be ready to go firing. The main interesting news here is that Conor Gallagher is fit. Conor Gallagher came off, and it wasn't because he was injured. He came off because he felt sick, and there was conflicting reports. Initially, it was apparently he felt tight in his hamstring, but then it came out that he felt like he was going to be sick, so they used an injury substitution early on to get him off the pitch. That's the round. Alright, let's take a deep dive into the Reece James saga and then the N'Golo Kante saga and the time frames. So number one, we need to talk about Reece James. Reece James has been out and he is going to have surgery, and the surgery has put him in a brace for 4 weeks, and then he's got additional 4 weeks after that. So at the moment he's in a knee brace, and it's projected that he'll be back sometimes around about December, which means this is post-World Cup, which means Gareth Southgate, please do not call him up. N'Golo Kante, 4 months out. If my math is right, he's going to be back at the end of February, early March. What does this mean? It means that there is a very good chance that we might not see N'Golo Kante play much football for Chelsea going forward. Because if it comes back and we're out the Champions League, we're out cup competitions, and it's only N'Golo Kante, he's free agent in the summer, are we really going to be reintegrating him and rehabbing the player to start playing for us again? So we need to actually find out what's going on. And when it comes to contract discussions with N'Golo Kante, Potter said there hasn't been many, and I think this is a waste of question. And the reason I think it's a waste of a question is because he made it clear last time around when we had a press conference, he has no say in what players sign deals and what players don't. And I think people just want to ask stupid questions for the sake of saying, I asked the question. Furthermore, he reiterated, he hasn't had much conversation with Reece James and N'Golo Kante about the injuries, because what else is there to add? And I think this is exactly what Potter's good at. He's a great man manager due to his degree that he's acquired in the past. I think it's a PhD he got in people psychology. So for me, I think it's very important, right, that he uses that, because players have egos, players have goals and aspirations, and especially when they're injured, they might be a little bit sensitive. And I think it's important that we work past this, we help these players, because both these players, in my opinion, should have some sort of future at the club. Because either in Reece's case, future captain, or in N'Golo's case, potentially a pay cut with a good 2 to 3 year contract that can extend his career to make him retire at Chelsea Football Club. That's my personal opinion. Potter did give us some tactical insight into what the Gallagher injury meant when he came off the pitch and how Chelsea had to readjust. And it was actually very interesting to see how he perceives Conor Gallagher. He sees Conor Gallagher as more of a goal threat, as a final third objective. And this is very evident in the way he uses Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher. Because he said with Mateo Kovacic coming on, Kova offers other attributes. Kova is more of a dribbler. Kova is more of a creator. With Gallagher, we lose that spark. For me, I think that is very worrying that we're focusing on Conor Gallagher to give us the goal threat. Whilst I like his energy, I think there is a level to the player, and a lot of people will have a go at me. I think his level is bench player for Chelsea. When there's a few injuries, he comes on. I don't think he'll ever get to the level where he's going to be a regular starter. He's not good enough on the ball, and sadly, the quicker Chelsea realise that, the sooner they'll sell him. Graham Potter's already beaten Manchester United with Brighton this year, and he absolutely humiliated them at Old Trafford. They literally went there and bopped them off the ground. Like, they passed the ball around them like they weren't even there. They absolutely made an example of Manchester United, of a passing clinic. Danny Welbeck bullied Manchester United, but Graham Potter says it's not going to be as easy this time around, purely because of the fact that they've got Anthony now, they've got Rashford back, they've got Fernandes, and they've got a team that's already built up relationships, and I think he's spot on. This is not the same Manchester United side that Brighton played first game of the season. This is a Manchester United side that has more character, more guile, more urgency, greater structure. And when you start looking at it, they're all of a sudden, they're starting to get a nice spine, because a spine of their team is always something you should judge a team by. And if you look at, they've got David De Gea, they've got Martinez and Varane, who I like both of them. Champions League Varane, they call him, and he is Champions League Varane, let's be honest. Then you got Casemiro, Champions League Casemiro. They've bought a great structure. And then at the 9, they're going to have Marcus Rashford, which Marcus Rashford turns into Kylian Mbappe when he plays against Chelsea, let's be honest. He always bangs bangs goals, he causes us problems, and all of a sudden, they've accumulated a team that's got great pace on the break, they've got some ingenuity between the two wingers, and finally, they've got a goal threat from midfield, whether it's Eriksen or Bruno Fernandes, with a good base of Casemiro sitting there. But I think they're going to play Fredgy, and they're absolutely going to batter us in that midfield, and I'm petrified. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really scared for that game. I'm actually low-key very worried. Potter did go on and actually spoke about how we are not going to be guaranteeing Zakaria minutes. That's what he basically said. He said, look, someone's gonna have to miss out. And that was his words. Like, I can't play everyone. And when I said that Zakaria just isn't good enough, people said you have to give him a chance. Why? He's clearly not impressing in training. Because look at it, Chukwuemeka came on. Carney Chukwuemeka, an 18-year-old, came on and got an opportunity. That means Potter's giving opportunities out. Armando Broja started. Trevor Chalobah earned the role. Well, how do you think these roles are earned? Training. And for me, Zakaria clearly is not good enough. I said this when we signed him. What are Chelsea doing? Yet people want to give him a go because he's a shiny new toy and you're excited because you don't know what's going on here. And sadly, Potter sees it the way I do, alright? Zakaria will not be playing for Chelsea much, and honestly, I'd be shocked if he gets more than 6 appearances from now till the end of the season. He'll get a cup minute or 2. Honestly, that Manchester City game might be his only minutes going forward. Very sad. Finally, he spoke about Trevor Chalobah and he said he's got a great attitude, and even though he wasn't playing from the outset, he always had that great attitude. And for me, that is very important. He also went on to add that he could potentially make the World Cup squad because he's starting for us. And let me add that on. How Trevor is not in the England squad blows my mind. We got Connor Cody, who's not good enough. We've got Harry Maguire, who hasn't been good for a while. You've got Kyle Walker playing right centre-back, which makes no sense to me, only because you already have a great right centre-back. Fikayo Tomori can't get into that team. It's absolutely blasphemous. But for me, our boy Trevor continues to play the way he is. It's going to be fine. He's going to be breaking into that team. He's going to be absolutely flourishing in that team, hopefully one day, because he's got everything. Trevor has not let me down, and arguably, I'm going to say something wild. So far, he's been my player of the season. Like, that's how consistent he's been. That's how solid he's been, and that's how reliable he's been. Yet people won't want to hear that because they don't like Trevor Chalobah, and I don't understand why. In through the youth academy, he's consistently reliable. He absolutely bangs in goals for fun from corners and volleys and shots from far, and he's great at defending. I don't see what you lot don't like. But guys, this was the Kavkas View, and I'm going to give you my score prediction now. I'm very worried. I really am. Like, I hate games against big teams, and the reason I hate them is because Chelsea don't tend to turn up, and the only time we started turning up is when we had Tuchel in charge. And when it came to having Tuchel in charge, I kind of backed us to raise it on those occasions. I went in with there, we've got our manager is the equalizer. I don't know with Potter. I really hope it's still the case. I really hope we still have the vim. I really hope we still have the hunger and the battle and the tactical execution, because I think that's what was the missing piece against other teams. We were just always set up better than them. Tuchel's mind was so great that we always had 6, 7, 8, 9 plans ahead of him. And for me, Tuchel is a superior manager to Graham Potter. But we need to give Potter time to bring in his ideas. And he's starting to grow into the role. He's starting to become a great manager in this role. And hopefully this builds up to him becoming a fantastic manager. So in regards to tomorrow's game, I see a bad result, guys. I see the first loss for Graham Potter. I hate being negative. I really hope I'm wrong. I know a lot of you are going to get angry, but I think it's going to be 2-1 Manchester United. And I think they're going to hit us on a break. And I'm really, really upset that I'm even thinking like this. And I'm being so negative. But this was the Kavkas View. I really hope I'm wrong. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments below whether you think we should have signed Cristiano Ronaldo in the summer, or what do you think the score will be. Follow me on Instagram. Peace out. I'm out. Bye, guys.